It was definitely lost in the fire. That was, of course, just random. A random fire, of course. I guess while they're trying to destroy it and get a new building. Remember, I explained this in our Minnesota Capitol building episode. These structures were all over this place. They held a ton of information inside of them. And we've seen that inside of the cornerstones. But we all know there's more, especially when there's underground structures and tunnels. But they did destroy a ton of them to hide the true past. This third Capitol building, it was here in my opinion. I believe that all of these buildings were. They were all here. They just weren't the state Capitol building. All they're doing back then is taking the items of importance out of these buildings and moving them over to the other building. They had thousands of these palaces all over the place, which is why there were so many great fires in every single city, where thousands of buildings burned down in a time period where there weren't even any people. And then you wonder why nobody got hurt. And everyone is just fine, of course. We've seen the stats. Episode 59, where Baltimore just wanted to change a couple stats after that episode. On February 3rd, 2024, we released episode 59, The Great Fires Hold Flaws. Episode 59 is on Rumble. If you want to see it in the full, unedited version. Released on February 3rd, 2024. As you can see right here. And just 4 days later, on February 7th, 2024, the Baltimore Magazine puts out an article changing the narrative of the Baltimore Great Fire, where the original narrative told us that the Great Baltimore Fire caused no deaths. And 4 days later, after our episode comes out, now 1 person in the blaze, with 4 more succumbing later to fire-related causes. Now tell me what you think about this in the comments below. Now let's get back to the episode. They tried to get a new building in 1903. 1904 just starts, February, and a random fire destroys the entire structure, and the water supply is missing and empty. And all the records, the books, and historical artifacts are all lost. The fire occurred just after the state legislature had voted to cancel the Capitol's fire insurance policy. And I don't believe that at all. What a weird statement to make right there at the end. That is something that a guilty party would do. They would say, I didn't do it for the insurance policy.